Hello guys, I'm Sunil Kumar Nerella and I'm from VFX Monks. This is my first tutorial of the After Effects basics. I had already placed the posts about After Effects introduction for basics. So let's start with the After Effects. This is the splash screen, as I mentioned in my posts. It will take some time to know all the prescriptions and some effects, so it takes time. As I started, the After Effects is a layer based software like Photoshop. If you want to read the basics introduction of After Effects, you can go to the link provided in the description, or else in the window displaying the results of the basics introductions. So let's start creating the composition in After Effects. This little icon, this is the new composition, but defaultly the After Effects creates the new project. But if you want to create a new project, then go to File, New, and New Project. This will create the new project without anything on the windows displaying here. Let's create the composition. Here we can name it as something. Let's say circle. This is the presets given custom width and heights of the project or composition. Basically I use HDTV 1080p. Square pixels, and frame rate. Frame rate is nothing but how many frames per second to be played. We can keep as you wish. If you keep 60, in 1 second there will be 60 frames. But defaultly in HDTV 1080p 29.97 is the default frame rate. So, and resolution, we can change this from here, or this is for the total composition, but in the window composition we can change according to the work we are doing. So let's go here. Time code is nothing but the starting point of the composition, and duration is how much time the composition must be. And background, this is nothing important, but for looking sake we had to use this. Defaultly it is black by After Effects. That's it. Advanced, we can use another class to describe that advanced tab. So with basic settings we create the composition. Here is the composition. So let's start with creating. When we create a composition, it automatically opens in the time slider, and we can create some layers, or we can import layers to this time slider. I had to explain the layers used in the time slider. Defaultly the After Effects composition consists of different layers like text layer, solid layer, light and camera, the 3D working time. This is not important right now. We will discuss it later. So now going to null object, shape layer, adjustment layer, and Adobe Photoshop file. So let's start creating with the solid layer. Solid layer is the layer, nothing separate. It is the normal layer in Photoshop, but in After Effects, the solid layer means we had to set any color to the layer and then open it. Then it will create a layer here. Color applied to the solid colors. So we can the shortcut for the solid layer is Ctrl Y, and we can change the color of the solid layer. And here we can the size of the layer will be the same as the composition layer. So we are using 1920 by 1080p, so it takes that, and pixels, inches, the measurements used in the layer, and the square pixels. This one is, I'll explain it later. If the size is something like changed like this, if you want to create the if you want to change the these settings to the composition, then we can make composition size, then the size will be changed to the composition size. Okay, now it is the solid layer created, so let's create the new text layer. VFX monks, same as the same as the Photoshop file. In Photoshop, the shortcut for text layer is T, but in After Effects we use Ctrl T. It will change the cursor to text mode, and if we click somewhere in the composition, it creates the cursor for text to type. So VFX monks and enter. Don't use the alphabetical enter, use the numpad enter to exit the text. Let's create another layer like null object. Null object is nothing, it is just a small like locator. We use it for locating somewhere. It uses nothing displayed on the composition. That's it. If this is used when the two layers are merged together, or parenting like this. It is parented to this, and the VFX to. If we move this, then all the layers connected to the null layer, or it is used only for when we want it. It is just a normal layer. It doesn't displays anything on the composition. And this shape layer, this one is very useful for the motion graphs. Like we can animate according to what we are doing. So I will explain it in another session. So now we're going to adjustment layers. It is used for measure in color correction. When adjustment layer is created, it is normal layer, but this adjustment layer effects applied to this layer applied to the composition of layer below it. Then if we can create any layer in the composition to adjustment layer. If we let's just apply the any effect blur. In the adjustment layer, then each and every layer below the adjustment layer will be applied the blur effect like this. See, it's blurring hole. Let's jump to this, and only the below layers like red and VFX Monk's text is blurred, and other things like VFX Monk's shape layers are not blurred. It is based on only the adjustment layer. So let's remove this, and let's remove the adjustment layer. Now going to the next option as Photoshop file. It is nothing but just importing the footage, it is just importing the Photoshop file to the After Effects, just like importing any files from the system. So that's it for now. Don't mind for my English, I'm not too good at English, so let me sign off from the VFX Monks. Let me move to the another session when it is done. Okay, goodbye for now.